Mic check 1 2 coming through. Dan, this one's for you. Sync me up, baby.
I was just looking at the football form guide. Arsenal 17th.
So Spurs.
Let's film another Tottenham video. Or we could go down the road and round the corner. Pop round the corner to Arsenal. It's a topic that everyone's talking about at the moment. Welcome back to another video. It's a beautiful sunny day and it's actually not too cold either.
No, it's alright.
Yeah.
This is the coldest it's not been probably since the first one we did.
Yeah,
probably.
it's wet and boggy though. And,
Oh yeah, shoes ruined.
Yeah, game's gone.
Game's gone.
Game's absolutely
Socks are gone.
I tell you whose game's gone. Arsenal. The Gunners.
Mikel Arteta and his Gunners not firing.
Nah, firing blanks, aren't they?
Firing blanks.
But yeah, before we get into this, make sure you hit that subscribe button, drop a like on the video to see more of this stuff, and yeah, support the movement.
Support the movement. We're a big movement.
We are massive.
We are so huge, you wouldn't believe.
We are massive.
And if you ain't following and you ain't subscribing and you ain't liking, then you're missing out.
Yeah.
Like, simple as that. Anyway, Arsenal.
So, before I get into this, I put a tweet out.
Yes.
I do. I said, filming a couple of videos tomorrow for Utilita Football. I want to hear from Arsenal fans. Talk to me, what's going through your head right now? What needs to change? Expectations for the rest of the season? Let me know. I didn't say that bit. So we're going to start with our good friend Wazza, because I follow Wazza on Twitter. He's a massive Arsenal fan.
He lives and breathes the club.
Lives and breathes, well,
he did.
I think there's been a demise, and his timeline is toxic. He is not happy. But to be fair, he wrote quite a clean message. I was wondering if I could put Wazza into this video, but no. He goes on to say, we need a massive overhaul of the squad. Years of poor investment have left us in a terrible position. I would keep 7 or 8 of the whole squad, and the majority of our senior players are a disgrace to the shirt. Never disliked so many players at the club.
I mean, I hear him. I feel him. It's crazy because growing up, watching it was Man United and Arsenal, wasn't it? They had an era. It was them two, the big two, which is now the top 6, maybe 7 or 8 now, but. It was a top 2.
It was a big 2, then a top 4, then now a top 6, and maybe even more now.
And if you think back to some of them Arsenal teams, like it's just the players. I mean, some of them weren't even great players, but they was leaders.
I look at someone like a Ray Parlour, who's not considered. Like, you don't think, but he would be probably the best player in the squad right now.
Yeah, 100%. The Romford Pele.
Yeah,
like
you could look at a Steve Bold.
Steve Bold.
Not applaud.
Even
like
Lee Dixon, Nigel Winterburn.
Yeah. I mean, these sort of players that don't, you think of Arsenal, you think of Henry, Bergkamp, Vieira, but they're as a whole, it was a solid squad. I should be happy, but I genuinely feel sorry for a good friend of mine called Wazza. I do. Like, I kind of do want them to go down. I do want to see Arsenal get relegated.
Well, I think that's with any top club, innit? You think, like, especially as a West Ham fan, you think, it'd be good if they get.
I felt that about you guys though. When West Ham went down, I was happy for a day. I was laughing. I was like, oh, we're not going to meet them again. Like, we're not going to see them next season. Those 2 games, and then you look out for their results to see if you can give them a bit of stick in the WhatsApp group. Like,
will West Ham finish above Arsenal this year?
I think they probably will.
I wonder when the last time that happened.
Madness. But I was thinking last night about big teams that have gone down from the Premier League. There's not many.
No.
And Arsenal, obviously ever present in the Premier League, would lose another ever present. I think out of all the ever presents, the most likely one on paper should be Everton to go down. But they're doing all right.
They always seem to.
Yeah, they survive. But Arsenal would be probably the biggest club to go down from the Premier League. I remember when Newcastle went down, that was a big deal.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa. But they weren't playing too well, so it was kind of deserved.
Yeah.
West Ham, I guess, they had a good team, but it obviously wasn't good enough.
I mean, the only thing that they've got going for them at the minute is the fact that the league is still so tight and that everyone's sort of beating everyone. So, I mean, if they win 2 or 3 games on the bounce, they're back up in the top 8 again fighting. And once they're there, they can try and push on and...
Yeah, we'll put the current table up for people to see.
And get back amongst it. But if they continue, especially through the Christmas period, because there's a lot of games coming through.
Yeah, let's have a quick look at that. Arsenal's fixtures coming up. They've got Southampton next to a...
That's a tough game.
A very good team this year, aren't they?
I think they're third in a minute.
Yeah, doing really well. Then it's Everton.
Another team doing well. Then they've got Man City in the Carabao Cup. That's the quarterfinals. Do you know what? We're talking about the doom and gloom of Arsenal. I still think they're going to win a cup this year. That's what they do, isn't it? They won every game in the Europa League, haven't they, I think?
Yeah.
So far. They've won every good.
So it's almost like... That's a good question, actually. Arsenal fans, would you transfer your cup form For the league.
Yeah, would you finish like 12th, but win the Europa League or the FA Cup or both?
I think they would.
Or would you rather finish like 5th and then not win nothing?
Yeah.
Because if you win the FA Cup or the Europa League, you're back in Europe anyway next year.
Exactly. Yeah, and then you get to go again, and if you can offer European football to new signings, then it's a bonus. But if Arsenal are going to be absolute pants in the league, they're not going to qualify via that.
No.
So their only route would be via a cup.
Yeah.
But if they put all their eggs into that basket and that league form goes down, who won a cup a few years ago but also went down? Was it Wigan?
I think it might well have been.
Yeah. But yeah, following on from that Carabao Cup game, it doesn't get any easier. They've got Chelsea in the league.
Jesus.
And then at that point, you've got to think, well, if they don't win any of those games or don't pick up any points, 29th of December, they're playing Brighton, which is almost like a bit of a six-pointer if you think. And then they've got West Brom. Those two games are massive, which is mad considering if you just said to an Arsenal fan at the start of the season, end of December, right, you've got huge games, massive games, 6 pointers against West Brom and Brighton. How are you feeling?
So their next 3 games is Southampton, Everton and
in the league,
Chelsea.
They've got Southampton, Everton and Chelsea.
So, I mean, on the form they're in, I don't see them picking up 3 points from any of them.
Really?
On the form they're in. If they do, it'll be... But that's the thing, if they do, it'll have to be down to fighting and working for each other and working hard, which they ain't doing at the minute.
I think that's the problem.
They've not got, like we said, they're lacking leaders, they're lacking fight, they're lacking identity. They're not. They look lost.
Mike said, by the way, Victoria Guna.
Yeah, big Arsenal fan from the States.
From Canada, actually.
Well, States, isn't it?
Are you going to say it? Are you going to say USA and Canada the same thing?
It's not the same thing, but it's the States, isn't it? It's
that side, over the pond.
It's the United States of Canada.
United States of Canada. Mike from the United States of Canada says, no creativity, no urgency from this current squad. Players are making selfish decisions. In brackets, he's got Xhaka. Obviously, that sending off the other day was ridiculous. Pepe as well.
How much was he? 72 million?
72 million down the drain.
I mean, if you're spending that money, you need something.
And he also goes on to say, players are not meant for certain roles, in brackets, Bellerin as a right wing back. I think Bellerin as a right wing back has been doing that for a couple of years,
he's got the legs for it.
But now he doesn't seem to be.
Again, end product.
Yeah. And have I witnessed him take 3 or 4 foul throws this year?
I think he'd done 2 in one game or 3 in one game. I mean, look at Aubameyang, 1 goal, 1 penalty.
And an own goal. So what does that put him on? If we're talking about maths here, 1 goal.
1 goal from open play, 1 goal from penalty spot, and then 1 Oggy.
So we take 1 off for the Oggy.
Take 1 off for the Oggy. So he's on 1.
He's on 1?
Because they have struggled over the last few years. And he was their saving grace.
Yeah, my motto is goals kill games. You can play absolutely terrible, but if you can score more goals than the other team, Michael Owen moment there, but you're going to win.
He was pulling them through games and getting them points. And now he ain't even doing that. They're really struggling, and it's showing more now, obviously, because you're not looking at it and going, oh, all right, Arsenal still won, Aubameyang got a couple. Now you're looking at it and being like, oh, Aubameyang's been crap.
Joel backs up your comment, by the way. He says, not an Arsenal fan, but just want to mention that Aubameyang hasn't been the same since he signed that contract. Is that a thing?
Got his money now and he's happy to sit on it.
Yeah,
it's
a thing.
It's the end of your career. He's 32. He's seeing, like, I've got a few years left in me at the top. He's got his contract. He's set. And it might not even be meant. It's just psychologically, like he don't even know it himself. Maybe he's just going on the pitch and he's just like, oh, I'm set for the next few years now. Yeah. I'm good. And maybe it's showing in his gameplay because he's too.
Whereas before he was playing for that contract.
Yeah, he's too lax. He's too
get that renewal. So tell me, is the problem Arteta?
I mean,
or is it a bit of both? Is it the players' fault, Arteta's fault, or?
I think when it's that bad, it's everything. It's everything from the top to the bottom. The players ain't providing. The manager, I think, don't know what to do. Personally, I think he's got an idea of how he wants to play and how he wants the team to move and things. But I mean, sometimes you try and play a certain way, it doesn't happen, and you result back to okay, let's go back to the basics, get it in the box, get it forward. But they can't even do that because they ain't got the players for it. And because you say that they lack quality, which is true, but then the players they've got are supposed to have quality. Yeah. Like 72 million, Pepe, Aubameyang, 300 grand a week or whatever. Lacazette, I used to think was one of the best finishers out there. With the comments, it was kind of 50-50 in terms of Arteta or not. We've got AJM says Arteta is not the problem, it's the players.
and without backing from the board, which we won't, there's no way any manager will succeed at the club for the rest of the season. Can't see us getting higher than 10th unless 2 to 3 big players are brought in January. It's always that 2 to 3 players, isn't it? I think they need more than 2 to 3 players. It can help, obviously, but
they need a system, a way of playing.
They don't really have. Yeah,
they need to be like, right, this is how we're going to play, and regardless of what happens, if they lose a couple, just keep doing it until they get it right.
Yeah.
And then
sometimes you've got to go a little bit backwards to go on. So it's almost like, okay, well, we're not going to. I mean, I'm sure they'll give it a go, but looking at the next 3 games, Southampton, Everton and Chelsea, let's implement a system. Let's try and get that down to when we play those lesser teams, because whether they like to believe it or not, they are in and around that relegation zone. They're a few points ahead. But if they start losing the next 3 games and the teams are below, you look at Fulham's now, they're fighting.
They're picking up the points here and there.
So it's only going to be a matter of time before that gap is squeezed. But yeah, we've got another comment from Balak. He says, Arteta needs to go. So it's the other way. Arteta needs to go before the window opens. Xhaka, Bellerin and other flops need to be sold.
Well, that is the only thing I'd say. If you're going to get rid of the manager, don't leave it till end of January when the new manager's coming in and can't do anything.
Get the next geezer
if you're thinking about getting rid of it, if whoever's in charge of getting rid of him, if they're thinking about it, do it.
Do it, yeah.
Because there's no point waiting around. If you're keeping him, he's got to stay till the end of the season at least.
Absolutely.
I mean, on Arteta, was it too soon for him?
I think it was.
Should he have gone somewhere else, maybe?
I think, he
learnt his trade.
Should have done a bit of a stepping stone.
Found his system, found how he wants to play, and then get to an Arsenal and.
Yeah, he probably could have gone back to Spain and managed still a team in the
Espanyol, Real
Sociedad. That sort of. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Build a side, build a way of playing what he knows works for him and what he can get the best out of players with. Yeah. And then go to an Arsenal and be like, right, bosh, this is what we're doing.
Yeah, worked for Gary Neville, didn't it?
Yeah.
Ollie Wise, sorry, I think that's how you say your name. Sorry if I pronounced it wrong, but he says stick with Arteta for now. Board need to back him in January and the next summer so he can bring in the type of players he wants and get rid of those he doesn't.
All that is the thing.
He's been here a while now, though, hasn't he? Why has he not been allowed to implement his player? Why has he not been able to get those players in?
If they do get rid of him, who they get?
Well, I don't know. This is it. You've got Poch that's available. Can't see Poch going to Arsenal.
That won't happen.
He loves Spurs.
It won't happen.
But
he would ruin everything he had with Spurs if he went.
Does it matter?
Yes. I think it does to some people, and I think he's the type of guy that it would.
I think he's a loyal man. I think he is. I'd love to see him back at Spurs.
There is people out there that don't care, and fair enough to him. If it don't matter, it don't matter to you. It is what it is. Because at the end of the day, it is a job, it is a business, and you're there to. Yeah,
but he's been out of the job for so long now. Sort of a season and a half.
I think he's still waiting for that United job.
Do you think?
I think. Who wouldn't? It's the base
there
is
was
there
something in his clause or his contract. He wasn't allowed to manage another Premier League team for another
first year.
Yeah. That's gone now. So I think he's probably looking at, well, what's next?
I mean, you've got clubs. PSG, Dortmund, Real Madrid, Barcelona.
I don't think he'll go Barcelona though.
They've just got Koeman, so I think he'll be there for a while at least.
It's the what was it? The Espanyol thing, isn't it? I don't think.
Yeah.
It's something to do with
PSG, where he was at when he was younger.
Yeah.
I mean, he could go there. Dortmund have just sacked their manager. Well known for bringing through youngsters. Got a very good young team there. He could go and really build that. But I don't see. I think the Prem's for him. I think United. I think he's still.
I always said I could see him going United.
Because Ollie is still. Like, is he the man? Is he gonna? And I think he's just waiting for. He's waiting for it. I think because he'll have there what he didn't have at Spurs, and that would be the money to back up.
Yeah.
What he was doing.
Which is frustrating because Spurs have been splashing cash.
They've been.
Which is annoying, but can't complain where we are with Jose at the moment.
But we're not speaking about Spurs.
Yeah, this is an Arsenal video. Let us know in the comments below what you think. Arsenal fans, get in touch. What needs to change, and realistically, where will Arsenal come this year? Go on, tell me. League position. I
don't know. I said it earlier. Will West Ham finish above Arsenal? That would be mad. The league's so tight. I want to say bottom 10, but it's Arsenal. They can't surely. Not.
That's what I'm thinking. It's Arsenal, but they keep proving that it's a downward spiral at the moment.
All right.
For me, I'll put it out there.
Ninth.
You're going to go ninth. I was going to go 11th.
Ninth.
I was going to go 11th.
So
if it's 10th, we've both been all right, haven't we? So
I'm going to go 9th. West Ham to finish 8th.
Yeah.
Spurs to win the league.
No, not talking about that. Arsenal fans, get in touch. Let us know where you think you're going to come this year. What needs to change? Arteta in, Arteta out. All these questions. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Yeah, thank you for watching.
It's been a pleasure.
And, don't forget to subscribe, drop a like. There's a plane going over us right now. Hello, and we'll see you in the next one.